The moon is not merely a celestial body, it is a cold, indifferent metronome that dictates the cyclical, bone-shattering transformation of the soul. And in Lost Wolf, the visceral, atmospheric, and lethally paced inaugural movement of Stacy Claflin's Curse of the Moon saga, the concept of lycanthropy is deconstructed into a terrifying, industrial, biological prison. Claflin, the relentless tracker of this frost-bitten, blood-slicked, and shadow-drenched odyssey, delivers a deeply intense and soul-searing masterpiece that treats the werewolf's existence not as a mythic curse, but as a systematic, reality-warping contagion. This isn't a story of whimsical, moonlit roaming. It is a rapid-fire, deeply intense plunge into the logistical nightmare of maintaining a foothold in a society where the pack's hierarchy has a predatory agenda. The perilous collision between a desperate protagonist's search for identity and the absolute unchecked malice of an ancient clan-bound entity that views mortal agency as a contaminant to its pack-driven ecosystem, and the terrifying truth that when you are marked by the curse of the moon, you don't just experience a change, you synthesize a reality-stabilizing buffer against the encroaching, sanity-eroding void. Claflin hooks the audience instantly by constructing a high-stakes, hyper-focused trap. A talented, disenfranchised survivor, forced to defend their humanity against a series of supernatural invasions, finds themselves bound to a legacy that requires the systematic, tactical manipulation of their own unrefined instinct to survive. The narrative center zeroes in on the protagonist's methodical, high-pressure descent into the pack-stitching, a state of hyper-rational, instinct-infused perception that forces them to parse the fundamental, reality-rewriting intent of their lupine-aligned magic. As they traverse the oppressive, forest-shrouded lanes of the frontier and the dangerously shifting, memory-saturated dens of the pack's borderlands, they realize that their survival is not merely a biological necessity. It is a systemic catalyst that is drawing the attention of the alpha controllers, entities that hunt those who dare to master the instinct that consumes reality. The investigation into the sudden, coordinated disappearance of the clan's most skilled shifters quickly escalates into a dangerous, high-stakes tactical chess match as they discover that the entire pack structure has been covertly funded by the very darkness they are working to keep at bay. Forced to juggle the logistical nightmare of managing a rapidly decaying, reality-bending research project, the constant suffocating threat of archival erasure, and the mounting, undeniable encounter with the cost of their own burgeoning power, they must synthesize a new way of existing, one built on tactical linguistics, radical improvised instinct weaving, and an unyielding, purely human refusal to let their truth be redacted by the moon's relentless physics-enforcing machinery. Claflin's writing style is unapologetically sharp, machine gun fast, and saturated with an intense, authentic blend of wolf arcane jargon, sharp, cynical intellectual wit, and high-stakes environmental dread. She builds exceptional structural tension by pairing the mundane, aching routines of survival, cross-referencing tactical pack hierarchies, deciphering forbidden, blood-aligned texts, and enduring the quiet, crushing weight of constant vigilant isolation with the chaotic, nightmare-filled assaults of the clan's truth-guarding enforcers. The story moves forward with a relentless, momentum-driven energy, turning routine analytical probes, calculated maneuvers through the pack's secret, forest-filled basements, and tense, high-stakes standoffs with lethal, logic-warping spirits into pulse-pounding steps closer to an inevitable, reality-defining confrontation. The presentation thrives on this sharp analytical focus, making every discovered anomaly, every executed reality stabilization command, and every deep-seated fear confronted feel like a high-stakes victory for the human spirit. What makes Lost Wolf an exceptional entry in the modern supernatural thriller canon is Claflin's unparalleled ability to develop a highly compelling, logic-driven shifter whose cognitive discipline is treated as a supreme navigational asset rather than a tragic, fading memory. Watch as they transform their experience with obscure, moon-bound data into a compass, learning to navigate the chaotic heavens to outmaneuver a power that operates with absolute, terrifying precision. As the structural walls of their reality begin to collapse, and the true scope of the cursed danger is exposed, the pacing transforms into a breathless, heart-pounding race to maintain the shred of truth they carry before their consciousness is permanently unstitched by the pack's relentless, physics-enforcing machinery. The final act is an absolute masterclass in suspense, delivering a barrage of explosive realizations, shattered paradigms, and a spectacular, jaw-dropping climax that completely leaves the reader thoroughly stunned. For fans of thrillers demanding a brilliant, character-driven, and masterfully paced exploration of physics and lupine imperialism, this book delivers an unforgettable shockwave.